Hi, I'm Brett Knowles from PM2 Consulting. This quick YouTube provides you with an overview of the benefits of priority setting in your performance management solution. Now, by performance measurement, you might be thinking of balanced scorecard, dashboards, analytics. And by priority setting, you might be thinking of weighting or prioritizing. So first off, what is it we're talking about? Well, if we have a strategy map, from the balanced scorecard concept with our strategic objectives, showing the cause and effect relationship, although this is useful, a better tool to overlay on this is the ability to communicate relative importance to your stakeholders. By adding weighting, we can communicate which objectives are our primary theme or focus for the coming year. So there's been many debates about whether this is a good thing to do or not. Let me explain to you some benefits that we've heard from some of our clients. In no particular order, by setting the weighting, we create alignment across the leadership team so that sales, operations, finance, the CFO can all agree on the relative priority and therefore alignment of projects and processes towards the overall success. And this goes broader than the leadership team, the entire organization. We've also heard that it provides the ability for the fair deal between the organization and workers. What we're doing is giving them knowledge in advance of what's important. So if the weighting is higher for, say, market penetration as opposed to share of wallet, that's going to change how we make our decisions day to day, what projects we prioritize and so forth. And the fair deal is letting individuals know in advance those priorities, as opposed to waiting till the year's over and then providing poor performance reviews because somehow they didn't know what the focus should have been. It also allows us to clearly communicate those priorities to outside stakeholders such as customers, shareholders, regulators, so that they understand what the value proposition of the organization is more than words that are contained in mission, vision, and values. It allows us to provide a strategic performance measurement instrument. From that I mean we need to understand the importance of each process as we measure it. If for example, your check engine light goes in your car, you're going to pull over and call a mechanic. But if your strategy instead is to go to the hospital in emergency and that same check engine light goes on, all of a sudden you're going to ignore that data because the strategy, going to the hospital in emergency, is more important. So by adding the strategy and the weightings onto the strategic objectives, we can actually have a better strategic performance measurement solution. It also allows us to be more effective in the assessment of our projects and processes. Obviously, a process or project that touches a strategically high-valued objective is of greater importance to the organization. So again, in my example of penetrate new markets, the processes that support market penetration are of greater value to us than those which result in, say, share of wallet, and therefore need to perform at a higher level, and so forth. It also allows us, if you follow that logic, to have better alignment between our strategy and our budget. You see, if you have a low-weighted objective that's consuming a huge amount of budget, that indicates a misalignment between the budget and the strategy. And then finally, it allows us to build a strategic risk scorecard. Now, that's a complicated concept, and there will be other webinars that provide a little bit more detail on what that looks like. To understand these concepts in more detail, please join us at pm2consulting.com, and the webinar in particular you can access by going to /P=2951. There are another 200 or so webinars out on our site that discuss this and other topics. Thank you for your time.